Yo, slow budget. Once again. Uh, yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Today's date is January 23, 2023, and it's a beautiful Monday. I hope your weekend was good. I had a fun filled, action packed weekend. Today's show is probably going to be a little short, even though I got so much to say, but I also have so much work to do today, and then I got to be at practice later on. So let's see, what did we do? What did I do Friday? So after I did my podcast while I was editing, my friend Jason called me and said we wanted to go work out. So I went out and worked out with him for about an hour on Friday. Then I came back, finished my work. Then I had practice. We were in the resting room and there was a water leak, so we had to leave. So we ended up going to the football field to play a little football with frisbee football rules. If you don't know how to play that game, the football is constantly moving. The whole point was to get the kids running. So like you throw the ball to your guy 10 yards down, now he throws it to someone else. And then once the ball's dropped, the other team takes over. So you're quickly offense, defense, offense, defense. So it's nonstop running. That's what the goal was, to get the kids running. But then they wanted to play regular football. And I was like, all right, it was only 4-on-4. So I had them playing regular football, but the way they want to play, handoff, and one kid so fast on a football field is just going to score. So I changed the rules. I kept changing the rules to make the game more competitive and for everyone to have fun and play. And the boys obviously weren't happy. Why? I was like, okay, only passing, and the ball has to go 10 yards. That was the rule. So this way, the fast kid, he could go out, but he's going to be covered a little. And they weren't happy. And the way I coach is, I'm not just coaching a sport. There's also life lessons involved. So at the end, I told them, do you realize why I did that? Do you know what the life, as soon as I say the word life, the boys are like, oh, here we go again. So I was like, and I'm honest, I go, do you know what the life lesson was? I go, you guys were not happy about the 10-yard rule, but guess what? In life, that's how it works. If you have a job and they say the rule is no blue shirts are to be allowed to wear at work, and you wear a blue shirt and they send you home, you might think the rule is stupid, you don't like it, but guess what? You got to follow it or get fired. It's that simple. So in life, not every rule is fair. You're not going to like every rule, but you have to abide by it. And that's simply what happened that day. The boys weren't happy. Oh, one more thing. Toward the end, one of the kids didn't want to play, so I had him walk the track, and I jumped in and played. Now, I'm not going to say I had the slow. Well, I am going to say I had the slowest kids on my team. The not so, I guess, athletic. You say the other team had all the fast kids. And we ended up winning. We were down like 3-1. We were playing to 5, only on a 50-yard field. And one of the kids got a touchdown, and I could swear I was almost close to knocking it out, but I was probably 20 yards away. In my mind, I was close, but at the end, we ended up winning. And then of course I'm gonna brag out. That's oh, we won, blah blah. The boys are like, I wasn't even trying. I go, let's run it back. I'm like, nah, you had your chance on the field to do all the talking. I did my talking on the field. I even scored a touchdown. I'm not the fastest anymore, but I can still move a little. And I even told you guys, look at. It's not about. I told my team after we won. It's not about having the best kids on your team. When you work as a team and do teamwork, you will outwin better outfits, and that's what we did. We just took the ball down the field, 5-10 yards. We had to go deep, moving the ball. We scored a couple to win. So yeah, that's how I ended my Friday. Saturday, let's say I came to work. I went to my friend Tony's house for dinner. Oh man, every time I go eat dinner over there, my boss calls me into work almost right when I leave. Oh man, that sucks. So I had to eat and then leave right away. Damn job I have. And then I went to the Miners basketball game on Saturday night. Hoop coming. It was a pretty good game. Started off good. They were going back and forth, back and forth. Miners were nailing threes like crazy. Now, I'm usually not one. I've been to a lot of games. I've coached a lot of games. I played a lot of games. I'm usually not one to blame the referees on stuff, but oh my goodness, Saturday's game, the referees were calling everything against the Miners. Like, I can understand call it both ways, but I mean, there was ghost fouls. Like, guy would go in, not even touch. He'd call it a charge on you know what I mean? It was just ridiculous. One guy ran in and tripped. He called a foul. We're like, and these are close. It was a close game when all these calls were being made. Like, for instance, one of our players, Dame, went in for a shot. Obviously, I mean, everyone in the crowd sees that the guy hit his hand. He didn't call the foul, led to a fast break. Boom, 2 points. And I was like, man, that I think that was a turning moment in the game, because it was only like, we were only down by 2. Next you know, we're down by 6, and it was hard to come back after that. But man, the crowd was turning on these refs. Oh my gosh. I mean, because it was just obvious the calls were only going one way. And then when he finally started calling calls, the Miners' way, we were already down by 12, 15 points. So at that point, it didn't matter. So yeah, it was just a horribly called game. So then let's see. Saturday, the Jaguars versus Chiefs game. My bet of the week was Chiefs money line. That was pretty obvious. But again, Jaguars gave them a tough game. So Jaguars might be pretty good coming up in the next few seasons. Then Eagles Giants. The Eagles are looking good. They have the complete package. I mean, quarterback, running, receiving. Let's see. What was the name of that running back that did good for? Gainwell. Man, that was his first 100-yard rushing game, and he looked good. Now, Sunday's games, those were the big ones. Bills, Bengals. Man, Bengals jumped all over at the beginning. Bills came back, but Bengals ended up taking it. And then, 49ers, Cowboys. Man, that's like half my timeline. It seems like there's only 4 teams really on my timeline. You're either 49ers, Cowboys, Steeler, or Raider fan. There's a few odds and ends here and there, but those seem to be the main 4 teams on my timeline at least. So yeah, 49ers ended up beating them. So I think when the Cowboys lose, America wins. It was just, I mean, there's no love lost. Everyone knows I'm a Steeler fan, so I don't like the Cowboys. Been in 3 Super Bowls against each other? Yeah, and that rivalry has been going on since the 70s. So yeah, there's no love lost. I'm glad when the Cowboys lose. I know that I love all these memes that are going around about the Cowboys. And then I bumped into a friend at Family Dollar, Shelly, and she was wearing a Cowboy jersey, so, I had to give it to her. She was like, let's hear it, let's hear it. And then as I was leaving, I told her this story about Sakura. I was like, everyone knows also I'm a Trump fan. So I have this tank top that says Trump 2020 that I made, and I wear it still in the summer. And I remember Corey one day saying, Dad, why are you wearing that? He lost. And I was like, you know what, Corey? Raider fans and Cowboy fans have not won anything in almost 30 years, but yet their fans still wear their jerseys, so I'm going to keep wearing this shirt. And I told her that joke, and then, I had a good laugh, and yeah, that's what it is about football, you know what I mean? You're going to talk a lot of smack. All these Cowboy fans been talking smack. I had people already, what am I going to eat at the Super Bowl party we're going to have? And, I wonder what. Yeah, you got to get there first. So that was my highlight of yesterday with the Cowboys losing. Now, I do have a lot of stuff to talk about. I write things down, but I'm going to push some of this stuff to further in the week. I want to talk about that 90 show. Got some Star Wars stuff to talk about and just random stuff. So, like I said, I haven't done my exercises yet. I'm going to do them now. I'm all caught up on everything. So today will be 23 push-ups, 23 sit-ups, 23 burpees, and 23 squats. So with that, I hope you guys have a happy Monday. Man, it's freezing out here, so stay warm, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Burn one. Yo. 21. Slow budget. Once again.